And I'm back with Reinel Solano with Floor Coverings International. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you for inviting me, Dena. Happy to be here.
So I always like to start the episode with, tell me a little bit about yourself personally.
Okay, personally, originally I'm from Colombia. I came here in 1998, so been, 23 years in the States, long time. My family is still in Colombia. A little split family. Some part of my family is in Colombia. I have some brother in Canada, what it's been doing. My background is in the oil industry, so I worked for 20 years in the oil industry until 2015. And then 2016, I opened my own company, and here I am.
So what made you get into flooring?
Gosh, it was, I lost my job in 2015, and then I decided I'm going to start my own business. And I looked for different type of companies. I had a mentor that guided me to look for different options. And when I came, she asked me to be open-minded, so I look at any kind of business. When I found this company, I like how professional they were, how they care about their customers, and relatively easy to get started. Okay. So I like their systems and the philosophy and how they support also. It's a franchise business, so they support the franchisees. So I just kind of like, when I think I'm going to be successful, I decided to move forward. Okay. I didn't have any background in business, in flooring, and they just get trained and move forward with it.
So they have a really good training program. Correct. To get people started with the franchises, and you kind of hone in on one specific area because there's multiple franchises around, wherever locally. What kind of sets Floor Coverings International apart from other
companies? So first of all, we have a mobile showroom. We have a few mobile showrooms, and we go to people's homes and have 3,000 products in our van. So it's very easy for a customer to do shopping at their home. We bring the product, we see them in the light, next to their colors, whatever furniture they want to tie with. And in a very short period of time, one and a half hours, we're able to go through multiple products and help them to make a selection. So it's a very easy way to do business with. And on top of that is the reputation that the company has. We have one of the best customer service satisfaction in the industry, if not the best, really. And that was really set us apart.
Yeah. I think, the unique part, I've worked with you on several projects myself, and I know as a realtor, it's super helpful to be able to just make an appointment with a client, have him come over, and he can show you all the products right there and then. It's not like go to the store, try to pick things that look like the same color, but not quite. Yeah. So having the product and laying them down right there on the floor in front of you and kind of matching the colors and doing all that kind of stuff is super helpful.
Yeah, correct. That's the traditional way for people. People go to different stores and they pick up a sample, maybe go and pick up another sample. They come home and they find that, oh my God, all these samples that I picked up, the color was different in the store than it was here in the house. When you pick paint, the same thing. You look at the color in the store and different than you put in the house. We have all the products at the house. So
depending too, price point, right?
Yeah, and different price point.
You can give them, like, hey, let's say you're trying to sell a house. You don't want to put too much money into the house because you're selling it, right, to someone else. But you don't want to be cheap and not give the person that's buying the house something, but you also don't want to spend the most expensive.
Correct.
So being able to give the options right there and then.
Yes, correct. We have different price option for everything.
Yeah, that's really awesome. But you also do tile and restroom renovations as well.
Yes, correct. Yeah, bathrooms, like when people need to change the shower, for example. A very common project now in the homes is you take the top out and put a standard shower. Like it's safer, especially when people are living with the older parents. They want to get rid of that, tripping hazard there, and we do that as well.
Okay. And now you've been in business since 2015, so definitely growing.
Yes, we've been growing a lot, especially this year. I've been surprised how this year has done very well for us. It's like, of course, for you as well, because people are buying and selling homes a lot, and that's the moment when most people want to, do something to their home. So
yeah, I mean, home renovations is the thing,
yes,
backyards, inside, everyone wants to be happy in their living space because you're living in it. Whereas before we were always on the go, so you're only at home at night to watch TV or to put your kids down or whatever it is, and then you leave in the morning. But now people are kind of living and breathing in their house. They realize either how much space they don't have or how much they want to make their space a better place to live, more their style or just change it because they're sick of it or whatever else.
And the best time is when people are not living in their house because we have to move furniture and all of those things. So before they move to the house, more people want to do the renovations.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me a little bit about your team, who you work with, how many people you have on your team, and kind of how y'all work together.
Okay, so we have an office manager, we have a supervisor, and we have 2 design associates, which are the people that visit you at the home. And those are the people that are kind of like our office base. And then we have our installers. We have different teams for different products. So there have 2 groups that do hardwood installation. We have someone that is specialized in just refinishing floors. Someone that does tile. So the 2 groups that do tile floors and like vinyl and carpet as well. We have like 2 people that specialize in carpet. So they just work in those specific areas.
Which is
and
great.
We've been working for them for like 4+ years. So I found my people that I like, and then they really the way they work with the customer to make sure they're really happy. So they've really been with us for
because
many
they
years.
specialize in those things, the quality of the workmanship is different level. It's not like they're the jack of all trades.
Yes,
They do
right.
tile, they do carpet, they do flooring, they do wood, they do everything. So I think that really probably sets it apart that they're actually specialists in those specific things.
Yeah, if people try to change what they do here and there, they don't really get good at it, or they don't get all the tools that they really need to be good at that job. And that's what we like about it, make people specialize in certain areas.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any jobs that kind of stand out to you that you enjoy doing or?
Yes, actually, like this year we have a house that is almost 100 years old.
Oh, wow.
And it's going to be demolished by a highway that's going to be built in 59. The customer is like their grandparents' house. And they wanted to preserve something of the house. So they say, well, the floors are really good, original floors, 100 years old. Probably floors that they don't make anymore.
Yeah.
And we took those floors out from that house and then put them in their house in Katy.
Oh.
So she feels that she has a little piece of that property that was their grandparents. So it makes us really proud of preserving a little bit part of Houston, but also give that family that treasure, a treasure. You do that. So those kind of projects makes you feel really good about what you're doing.
So you took them out, you kind of refinished them, restored them to their old glory, and then put them in and made them kind of a more modern look with the house.
That's exactly what they did. They were like dark floors. We come and sand them down, and the look now that most people want is this light color. So we just did that light color for them. Yeah.
Awesome.
So it's a very it makes you feel really good about those kind of projects.
Absolutely. So you said you moved it from a house to Katy, but I know you have franchises. Your franchise is in the Heights.
Yes, correct.
I believe, but you can go anywhere.
Yes,
correct?
we can go anywhere, but still we have franchises in Sugar Land, we have franchises in Katy, in Cypress, in also west side of Houston. So whenever either one of us can serve, anywhere we want. So we have referrals, we can go anywhere, but of course, people that live in those areas, they are welcome also to call any one of the franchises because we provide kind of the same consistent level of service wherever we are. So I work the central part of Houston, Houston Heights, but we have friends, our franchisees, colleagues that work in other part of Houston, and we are happy to refer them to any one of us.
Okay. What are some of the new products out? What's happening today? I mean, I know you mentioned that the light colors are kind of in, and that's what people are wanting, but what else is kind of happening? Any innovations in flooring?
Yeah, we've been receiving like new products this year. in different categories. For example, in carpet, now they're putting this protection in the carpet. It's a plastic that goes under the carpet in case there is an accident. Say the dog had an accident, you're not gonna have all that fluids coming into the pad and stay there. So they're gonna be able to stay in that plastic when then you can do a cleanup and then be able to get all that
So
out.
if you get a steam cleaning or something like that, would the steam cleaning affect the plastic?
No.
Thinking how hard it is and
No,
everything.
no, it's gonna be basically, it's gonna resist the plastic. It's gonna be basically hold the liquids there. When you come steam cleaning, it's gonna be clean up. Because usually what happens is that everything goes into the pad and you cannot get it out of the
Yeah,
pad.
you can't. I mean, no matter how long you steam clean it or whatever, it's going to still be soaked in there.
Yeah.
You just kind of pushed it down a little bit.
Yes, that's right. And when you step on it, it's going to come back up. So the other thing, for example, in terms of hardwood, a new innovation is, the difficulty here with Houston is what the humidity, and a lot of hardwoods get damaged by the moisture and the concrete. So now, but people still don't want to put vinyl floors because people don't like the plastic. That's how I feel I have a plastic floor. So they are doing combining the core of a vinyl floor, which is waterproofed, but they put on top, instead of the vinyl floor, they put a layer of hardwood. So really you have you're sitting on a hardwood floor with the warmth and the nice texture of a hardwood floor, but the core under it, like an engineered floor, is going to be an SPC core, waterproof, so there is no issue of this concrete moisture coming down and damaging the hardwood floors.
Do you need 2 layers of flooring? I mean,
well, there is basically the hardwood floor. When the hardwood floor is directly with the concrete, if it's not installed properly, sometimes the moisture of the concrete damages the hardwood floor. Here,
and even like if you're under garages and stuff, where the Houston humidity, and it's going from the garage up to the floor, you can see it buckling and doing things like that.
And now you have, it's one product, but the top layer is a hardwood and the bottom layer is an SPC floor. So that's good. Other things that we have, for example, is they're engineered hardwoods. They probably don't have that property, but another issue with the hardwoods is that when you have like spills, for example, and they are not cleaned up well, for example, from the fridge, the hardwood can still get damaged a little, and with time it may just like peel off. Now they have put another coat on that hardwood floor to make it, waterproof from the top, for example. Like those liquids are not gonna damage, like especially in the kitchen, there's a lot of spills and that we don't pick up quickly. So now they put another coat to make sure that those hardwood floors are not gonna get damaged. Those are kind of the main things in those categories that are coming.
Yeah, and I guess that's a lot of what's happening now because people are living in their houses even more than they lived before. Yes. So it's like the spills, the things, having the kids home 24/7 and things like that. I mean, you're always gonna have the spills and the accidents, but now it's happening more and more. So
and the manufacturers are always way to looking for ways to make sure that those floors that we are putting there are going to be there for life.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's cool that they actually combine that product. So you're not necessarily buying 2 separate products.
Correct. It's one product.
Combination.
Yep. So
you learn something new every day, which is always good. We're always looking to
they're
grow.
Always learning. There's always something about,
Yeah.
you might think, this is the same thing all the time, but there is always innovation in any aspect of it.
Yeah. I definitely say, one of the things working with Reinel is they're very quick to get the project done. I mean, I think, I called today and, actually we're on the show and I was like, hey, I have something that's happening this afternoon. Can you come? And it's like, oh yeah, we're going to go together. He's going to go to another appointment and then we're going to go together and check that out. But he'll have the product there for the client to see and we can get this. It was something quick that came up, just today. So, the fact that they can kind of come and help you right away, immediately, pretty much, next day service as far as at least getting it set up, depending on how long you have to order the product and things like that. And
Yeah, and that is always an issue now these times because there is like a lot of delays, but we are trying to make sure that the products that we kind of bring to our home, our customers, are things that are going to be available soon. Yeah. Nobody wants to wait for 3 months for a product.
You can't. A lot of times you can't wait. I'm like, I can't wait to list this house for 3 months. That's going to be a little bit long. Yes. So I appreciate you coming on the show today. I know also, if you didn't know, he's from Colombia, so he is bilingual, and so can help any of your Spanish clients as well. If you don't speak English, you can definitely reach out to Reinel, and he can help you as well. So thank you so much for coming on the show. Is there anything else you want to let anyone know?
No,
Or
thank you very much for having me. It was really fun, and I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Contact information has been shown on the screen, so the best way to get a hold of you is either email or phone number.
Correct.
And thank you for watching today.